The red light blinked on. Mark didn't even sit up at first. He stared at the ceiling, his heart already racing, because deep down, he knew. When he reached for his phone and saw the notification, his fingers went numb. Motion detected. Emily's room. It was 2:14 a.m. Mark tapped the screen, and the moment the live feed loaded, his chest tightened so hard he couldn't breathe. His 13-year-old daughter stood in the middle of her bedroom, fully dressed, shoes on, backpack open on the bed. Not sneaking, not panicking. She was packing. Slowly, carefully, like tea wasn't tea. A decision she made tonight, like she'd been preparing for this for a long time. Mark whispered her name without even realizing it. Then Emily reached under a mattress and pulled something out. An envelope. Thick. Folded. With writing on it. She slid it into her backpack. Zipped it halfway. Then stopped. She looked around her room like someone saying goodbye without actually saying the words. When she touched the photo tape to her mirror, her mother-esque smile, frozen in time. Mark felt his own throat close up. "I'm sorry," Emily whispered to the room. Mark stood up so fast the chair scraped against the floor, but halfway down the hallway, he stopped himself. Bursting in would only do one thing: make her lie. So he did the hardest thing a father can do. Watch it. If stories about the moments parents never get to see matter to you, take a second to like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. This story doesn't go where you think it will. Emily didn't leave that night, but Mark didn't sleep. The next morning, everything looked normal. Too normal. Emily joked about breakfast. She complained about school. She hugged him goodbye, just like always. But the backpack felt heavier when Mark lifted it after she left. The envelope was gone. That night, the alert came again. Same time. Same movements. Same quiet packing. By the fourth night, Mark noticed something else. Emily wasn't alone. She was sitting on her bed, texting someone. The screen was dimmed. Notifications were off. Whoever it was, they knew how to stay hidden. Mark hated himself for it, but while Emily was at school, he searched her room. Under a loose floorboard, he found an old, cheap phone. No contacts, no apps. Just one message thread. An unknown number had texted. "You still coming?" Emily replied. "I think so." The unknown number wrote back. "You promised." Mark's hands were shaking. That night, he didn't watch from his room. He waited in the hallway. At 2:17 Emily opened her door and she froze when she saw him standing there. "I wasn't supposed to tell you yet," she whispered. "Tell me what?" Mark asked, his voice quiet. Her eyes filled with tears instantly. "Mom didn't die the way you said she did." The words hit him like a physical blow. "She wrote to me," Emily said, her voice breaking. "Letters. I found them last year." She said someone was following her. She said if anything happened, it wasn't an accident. Mark sat down hard on the edge of her bed. Emily pulled the thick envelope from her backpack and handed it to him. Inside was his wife's handwriting. This wasn't a goodbye letter. It was a warning. "If something happens to me, don't trust the report. Protect Emily." Mark's vision blurred. "They contacted me," Emily whispered. "They said they know the truth. They said I had to come alone." Mark just shook his head. "That's not happening. But they said if I told you, they'd disappear forever." Silence swallowed the room. Mark didn't yell. He didn't panic. He just hugged his daughter like he was afraid the world might steal her if he let go. That night, Mark made calls, old ones, dangerous ones. He contacted people connected to the original investigation, people he'd trusted without question. By morning, cracks started to appear in the official story. Evidence had been rushed. Witnesses were ignored, and one name kept resurfacing. His wife's former business partner, the same man who testified the accident was unavoidable, the man who sent flowers to the funeral. 3 days later, the burner phone buzzed. The unknown number again. "Tonight, last chance." Mark typed back, "I'll come." The reply was instant. Alone, Mark looked over at Emily, asleep on the couch, clutching her mother's old sweater. He whispered, "I won't let them take you." That night, Mark kissed Emily's forehead. "Lock the door," he said, "no matter what." The abandoned train station smelled like rust and rain. The man stepped out of the shadows, smiling like this was all just business as usual. "I wondered when you'd figure it out," he said. "You used my daughter," Mark replied, his voice low and steady. "She came willingly," the man shrugged, "just like her mother." In that instant, police lights exploded across the station. The man ran. He didn't make it 10 steps. The truth unraveled fast after that. It was fraud. Threats. A staged accident made to look tragic. Emily never packed at night again. Months later, Mark finally removed the hidden camera. Not because the fear had disappeared, but because trust had finally replaced it. If this story reached you, comment your city below. Someone out there might need to hear it tonight. And remember, sometimes the most terrifying thing a parent can see is not what their child is doing, but what they preparing to leave behind. Thanks for watching.